Namaste. I'm going to read Volume 3, Book 3, SataRudra Samhita, Chapter 8, Bhairava, Incarnation, in the Shiva Puran. Vakratanamakaya, Surya Kuti Samaprabha, Niraviganam Kuniva Sabakaya, Suram, Ekadantai Vini, Vakratuntai. Hariom Tatsat. Nandishvara said, O Sanat Kumara, O Omniscient One, listen to the story of Bhairava, by listening to which alone devotion to Shiva becomes firm and steady. Bhairava is the prior form of Shiva, the great soul. Fools who are deluded by Shiva's Maya do not know about it. O Sanat Kumara, neither Vishnu, O four arms, nor Brahma, of four faces, knows the greatness of Lord Shiva. There is nothing to be surprised at in this. Shiva's Maya is inscrutable. Deluded by it, people do not even worship him, the great Lord. If anyone knows him, the Supreme Soul, he alone is Lord Shiva. But then none of these people know him out of their own will. Although Lord Shiva is omnipresent, he is not seen by the people of deluded intellect. He is known as a mere Lord, who is beyond the reach of minds and words. O great sage, in this connection, I shall narrate an ancient legend. O dear one, listen to it with faith. It is the great cause of perfect knowledge. As Brahma was stationed on the wonderful and beautiful summit of Meru, all the celestial sages approached him with a desire to know the real truth. All the great sages, with palms joined in reverence and shoulders drooping down, came there and bowed to Brahma. They asked him respectfully. The celestial sages said, O Lord of gods, O Lord of subjects, O Creator, O Leader of the worlds, tell us the real fact. What is that sole, unchanging entity? Nandishvara said, deluded by the Maya of great Lord and not knowing the great fact, the lotus-born Brahma replied haughtily. Brahma said, O gods, O sages, all of you listen with attention and intelligence. I shall describe the great unchanging entity as it really is. I am the womb material cause of the universe, the creator, the self-born, the unborn, the Lord, the primordial being, the Brahman, the soul, unsullied soul. O excellent gods, I am the instigator of the worlds and the deterrent too. There is none greater than I or any other who causes their revolution. Nandishvara said, while the Creator was saying thus, O sage, Vishnu, who was there, became angry as he too was deluded by Maya. He spoke these words derisively. O Brahma, this is not proper. It is sheer foolishness on the part of a practicer of yoga without knowing the great reality. This is being mentioned in vain. I am the creator of the worlds, the great Atman, the greatest Purusha, the sacrifice, the Lord Narayana, the master of Maya, and the greatest goal. O Brahma, it is at my behest that creation is carried on by you. Without regard for me, the Lord, no life can exist in the worlds. O sage, thus starting a mutual clash due to delusion and desiring to conquer each other, they asked the Vedas about truth. The Vedas were there in embodied form. They shall be specifically asked. What, with this idea in mind, they asked the four Vedas about the truth. Brahma and Vishnu said, Vedas are the authorities everywhere. They have been honored everywhere. Hence you, please say unreservedly, what is the sole unchanging entity? Nandishvara said, on hearing their words, the Vedas spoke in reality after remembering the Lord. If we are honored, O deities, as the causes of creation and maintenance, we shall cite authorities that will dispel your doubts. Nandishvara said, On hearing the conditions mentioned by the Vedas, the two deities told the Vedas, "What is mentioned by you is acceptable to us as authority. What is that entity? Please tell us that." Rig Veda said, "That in which the bhutas stay, that from which everything comes out, what they call as the greatest entity, that is Rudra alone." Yajur Veda said, "The Lord who is worshipped by means of all sacrifices and meditation, whereby we have an authority, that sole seer of all is Shiva." Samaveda said, "That by which this universe whirls, that which is meditated upon by yogins, the light whereby the universe is illuminated, that Triambaka alone is the greatest." Atharveda said, "They call that soul being Shiva, who is beyond all misery, who is the Lord of gods, whom the people who have the blessing of devotion see." Nandishvara said, after hearing what was thus said by the Vedas, Brahma and Vishnu, deluded very much by the Maya, and hence crooked in consciousness, smiled and said to the Vedas. Brahma and Vishnu said, "O Vedas, what is this that you all speak without sense? What has happened to you? All wisdom is utterly lost now. The Lord of Pramatas incessantly sports with Shivani. He is naked and of yellow color and tawny due to dust. His dress and features are ugly. He has matted hair and moves about on his bull. He wears serpents as his ornaments. How can he be the supreme Brahman? Where is that Brahman free from any attachment?" On hearing their words, the all-pervasive Pranava, who though unembodied, assumed and embodied extensive form, told them thus. Pranava said, "Lord Isa, Rudra, Shiva, indulging in sports and assuming various forms, never sports about with the Shakti different from him. The great Lord is self-luminous and eternal. Shiva, in his Shakti, in the form of bliss, not a chance occurrence." Nandishvara said, even after this explanation, the ignorance of Brahma and Vishnu was not quelled. It was due to the Maya of Shiva alone. Then a great flame manifested itself in their midst. It filled the space between the heaven and the earth by means of its splendor. O sage, then Brahma and Vishnu saw a shape in the form of a man in the middle of the mass of flame. Its body was huge and wonderful. The fifth head of Brahma burst with rage, as though saying, "Who is this bearing a man's outline and features in our midst?" By the time Brahma could reflect properly, the great being was seen immediately as the three-eyed Nila Lohita, with the trident in his hand and an eye in the forehead. Serpents and crescent moon constituted his ornaments. The deluded Brahma, on seeing him, said laughingly, Brahma said, O Nila Lohita, I know you. Do not be afraid. O moon-crested one, you Rudra came out formerly from my forehead. Since you cried, the name Rudra was also assigned to you by me formerly. O son, seek refuge in me alone. I shall save you. Nandishvara said, O sage, on hearing the haughty words of the lotus-born Brahma, Shiva became angry as if out for destruction. Angrily he created a Purusa Bhairava blazing in great brilliance. Then he spoke lovingly. Shiva said, O Kala Bhairava, at the outset this lotus-born Brahma shall be chastised by you. You shine like god of death. Hence you are Kala Raja. You are called Bhairava because you are of terrifying features and you are capable of supporting the universe. Since even Kala is afraid of you, you are called Kala Bhairava. When you are angry, you will be suppressing the wicked souls. Hence you will be known everywhere as the suppressor of the wicked. Since you will be devouring the sins of devotees in a trice, your name will be famous as Sin Eater. O Kala Raja, you will have forever the suzerainty over my city, Kashi, the city of liberation, which is greater than all other cities. You alone will be the chastiser of those who commit sins there. Chitragupta will write down their auspicious and inauspicious activities. Nandishvara said, after receiving all these boons, Kala Bhairava in a trice cut off Brahma's head with the tip of the nails of the fingers of his left hand. The limb that commits offense shall be chastised. Hence the fifth head that censured was cut off. On seeing Brahma's head cut off, Vishnu became terribly afraid. Devotedly, he repeated the SataRudra mantras and eulogized Shiva. The frightened golden-wombed Brahma too performed the japa of SataRudra. O sage, thus in an instant both of them were divested of their pride. But they realized that Shiva is the supreme Brahman with Sat existence, Chit knowledge, and Ananda bliss as the characteristics. He is the great Atman and transcends the attributes. O omniscient Sanat Kumara, listen to my extremely auspicious advice. As long as there is pride, perfect knowledge lies excessively hidden. Eschewing false prestige and pride, a man realizes Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva quells the arrogant because he is the destroyer of arrogance. Coming to know that Brahma and Vishnu had been deprived of their pride, Lord Shiva, the great god, became delighted, and the Lord assured them of his protection. After consoling both of them, the delighted Shiva, favorably disposed towards his devotees, spoke to Bhairava, his own other form. Lord Shiva said, "This Vishnu shall be honored by you, as well as by Brahma, O Nilo Lohita. O Nila Lohita, hold the skull of Brahma as an atonement. Show the world the rite of expiation for removing the sin of slaying Brahmin. You beg for alms by resorting to the rite of skull." After saying this and creating a virgin renowned of Brahmahatya, even as he was watching, Shiva, in the form of a mass flame, spoke thus: "Until she goes to the divine city of Varanasi, you too shall follow her for a terribly long period. You will have free access to everywhere except the city of Varanasi. When she goes to Varanasi, you can be freed of her in a trice." Nandishvara said, thus directing the Brahmahatya, the wonderful Lord Shiva vanished from the scene. Footnotes. (25) VS Chapter 8 speaks of Bhairava's attempt to cut off the fifth head of Brahma at the instance of Shiva, and also of the cancellation of that attempt by the intervention of Shiva at the behest of Vishnu. The present account of SataRudra Samhita is somewhat different from the above account. Here, Kala Bhairava is mentioned to have severed the fifth head of Brahma with the nails of his left finger. This account is substantiated by similar accounts in other Puranas. And here ends today's reading of the Shiva Puran. Om Prabhu Prananatam Vyumveshwaratam Jagannatanatam Saranatapacham Buddhiptam Veshwaram Bhutanatam Shivam Shankaram Shumishanamade Om Kapura Gaurum Karanavataram Sansara Sarabhujagedarhadam Sadavasantam. Hari Om Janti Mangalakali Padrakali Hari Om Tat Sat.